Today we're talking about how to create an evangelistic culture in your church. I know lots and lots of churches are trying to figure this out, how to get their people to invite more, how to share their faith more, how to pray about those who are in the community but outside of the church. And so over the next several sessions, I want to talk to you about creating an evangelistic culture. I'm going to start with the first three today. The first is this, it's the preparation of their souls. We have to make sure that people's hearts are right, that they're right with God. And so I'm just going to encourage you that you should have like a 21 days of prayer, praying about the community, praying about God's heart for the world, making sure that individuals have in their minds and their hearts the names of people they want to reach out to. And so make sure their hearts are prepared. Make sure that you as a church are praying together both corporately and personally in preparation for a season of evangelism. Second, I want to mention that they need to have a motivation in their hearts. Listen, there's no greater motivation than what Scripture says about the heart of God. In Luke 19:10, it says Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. In Luke chapter 15, it talks about the prodigal son who comes home and the father embraces him and celebrates him. And the Bible talks about how God and heaven celebrate over one sinner who repents. We also need to be reminded from Ephesians chapter 2 that all of us were lost. All of us had a place and a time in our lives where we didn't know Jesus. And so we remind ourselves from Scripture, prepare our hearts. The motivation needs to be a motivation of we wanting something for them, of love and gratitude and privilege and gratefulness to God for what He has done in our lives. And then third, a model in their midst. And this is a really, really important one. A lot of times in the church, we say this, you should do this or you should do that. The you should motivation is not a high level motivation. It's a duty, responsibility, guilt and shame level motivation. But having a model, you're able to say, instead of you should, you're able to say, follow me. Leadership creates culture, and leadership has to lead the way when it comes to an evangelistic culture. So here's the question. What about you? Where are you spiritually? What do you know the names of your neighbors, your coworkers, your relatives, your friends? Do you know where they are spiritually? Are you able to acknowledge that they either know Christ or don't know Christ, that they're on the journey and where they are on the journey? Are you being a model for your congregation so that you can tell stories about your own personal life of evangelism, your own personal model in your neighborhood and in your community? Can you do that? Because those things will lead you to a greater place of evangelism as a church. This has been a Converge Whiteboard Leadership Moment. To learn more about Converge or to join us, check out converge.org.